Hello guys and welcome back to another speed build in The Sims 4. Auvbri here. I just want to say really quick at the beginning here, I apologize if you can hear something in the background, but I currently have the window open because it is 28 degrees Celsius here in Denmark. It's summer and it's freaking hot. I'm dying and I cannot sit in here and doing a video with the window closed. It's just too hot. So if you hear something in the background, that's probably just cars and stuff like that. I live in the middle of a city, so but it shouldn't be too bad. My microphone is usually really good at not picking up, you know, excess noise in the background. So let's just jump into it here. If you haven't already figured out from the title, this is the black or white house. So this house is actually a house that was also requested, like my last house was requested on my channel in the comment section. Thank you for the request. I really enjoy doing houses for you guys that you guys want to see. He requested kind of like opposite houses, kind of townhouses with Victorian style, where they were completely opposite. So one house would be completely furnished in black and be black outside, all black accents and stuff like that, and the other townhouse would be the complete opposite, so it would be all whites and stuff like that. So that's just what I did. I do believe that he wanted the houses to be completely the same, but when I started actually drawing that, I just thought that would not make for a very interesting build, because then I could just like copy paste everything and just change the color of it, and I really didn't want to do that. So I decided to do two separate townhouses here with a Victorian style in mind for the outside. When you actually Google Victorian houses, there come up a lot of different styles, so I just kind of took a bit of everything and kind of made it work. So the house with the kind of turret that you see right now, that's the house that actually has the black side, so everything inside of that is black. On the outside here, I just kind of accented the tower with some white pillars with black accents on it, just because, you know, I needed something to break up the black. Otherwise it would just be too dark outside and look a bit too much for my taste. And I also did the same thing with the, you know, the white part of the house. I kind of accented that with some black columns as well. I am actually going to change the size of the black house, just one square, I do believe, one square to the left, so so it gets a bit bigger. It was currently too small, and I actually moved this lot around a lot just because I couldn't actually figure out what I wanted to do with all the free space. So in the end I just kind of chucked in a lot of trees and stuff like that, just to kind of make it look, you know, like there was some kind of privacy from the other side, because this is in the middle of the Wittenberg city, so some privacy could be nice, I guess. But yeah, if you are wondering why this video is so much longer than the other I used to do, is because, as I said in the last video I did, some people have said that they actually feel get a bit nauseous when watching speed builds that are too fast, and I totally get that. I guess I've just watched so many speed builds and are used to watching it that I just don't notice it anymore. But for the sake of you guys that actually like it to be a bit more slow, so you can actually also see what's going on, everything that's going on, I totally get that. I slowed it a bit down, so it is slower than usual, and you should be able to follow everything. It still is a bit fast, and the camera for some reason was very wonky when it came to the back of the house, just because there's like this big wall at the back, and the camera kept going all the way up almost into the sky, so I couldn't actually see what the freaking I was doing. Almost used a swear word there, but I didn't, so just noticed that. But just excuse me, just put it in some windows here, lots of windows just to bring in the awesome lights. I noticed that the patch notes that came for the latest update, that they actually fixed the lighting system, so the light actually bounces naturally in through the windows now and looks freaking awesome. So there is a part in the in this build where I kind of just keep on changing the daytime, just because I kind of wanted to see what it looked like through each, daytime, and how it looked like through the windows, because I love that. It's freaking awesome that they continue to do things to the game and update it. I know maybe some computers can't actually run that, but I'm fortunate enough to have a really good computer, so it's really no problem for me. But there you just saw me kind of moving it one square to the left, so I could kind of fit in these really nice, awesome big windows. I haven't actually used those yet, so this is the first build I'm using in them. Damn. I have a frog in my throat. Is that what you say? But yeah, just use these big windows. As you can see, there is kind of a size difference between the two. So the wide half of the house is actually much bigger than the black half. So, but that didn't actually do that much for me. I actually fit the same amount of rooms into both builds. So the wide part is just a bit more spacious compared to the black house. But it's not something that you actually notice, and I guess you could actually have two separate families living in each their townhouse and kind of be neighbors and stuff like that. That could be really awesome. So one thing about the White House, as I just said, it is more spacious, and just because all of the furniture is white in there, it just looks more clean, more modern and more clean looking, a bit more elegant. And in here in the black house, as you can just see, I'm doing the wallpaper now. I actually decided that I needed to have some sort of neutral color in here. So I just decided to have like this, I don't know what to call it, stone wall, to kind of add some neutral color, just because if it would all be black, it would simply just be too much. But the thing that I actually like about this build is, even though it's opposites of each other, black and white, I actually like that whenever I put in a color like a plant or a painting, it actually popped out a lot more, because you really notice that color, because it's kind of the only color that's in between in a room filled with black stuff, and I really like that. So the thing that I actually distinguish, how do I distinguish what items I could use, I kind of used the color wheel that you can actually, or the filter that you can actually use. And as I just said, that for black for this part of the house, and a lot of stuff actually came up. Not that many items compared to the white half of the house. When I actually did that in there, there was a lot of stuff that actually came up that wasn't white and had a lot of color. So I had to kind of distinguish that. But I do think that I carefully chose what colors I kind of put into the house to kind of bring some life into it. And as you can just see here, I just put in this fruit bowl, and it kind of just pops, and the plant pops because it's kind of the only color that's in here. I think that's really, really awesome, and it's definitely also something you are going to see in the screenshots at the end of this video, if you're going to stay for that long. Can we just talk about these new curtains? I freaking love the. I know they're not new, but they're new for me. I freaking love those. I have been waiting for curtains like this to actually, fit the big windows, but still leave a lot of the window actually visible. And this is just the perfect curtain for me. It's modern, it's also very classy looking, and I freaking just love it. But as you can see here in the living room, we just chucked in a nice big old piano. There's a grand piano in each townhouse. And as you may have noticed at the moment, not that much space for the living room. The kitchen actually took up a lot of space, and so did the kind of little art corner I made with the bookcase as well. There is only one bathroom in this house, but there is a little toilet upstairs if your sim actually needs to use that, but only one shower in this townhouse, and that is the same thing for the other townhouse. Only one shower and a single toilet at the upstairs. I wanted to kind of keep them as similar as possible. I know the layout is not similar at all, but room wise I wanted to keep it real similar, so you kind of feel like you get the same thing with both houses. I decided to put in a red chair in here just because, again, I really needed some dark color just to kind of distinguish it from all of the other furniture. This bed is also something that kind of turned up when you actually search for black things. And I thought that was really cool that it actually had a white, bedspread, and that kind of worked for me. Just kind of bring in something to color the the place up. So at this wall, I just decided to put in a lot of different paintings that also came up when I used the filter for black stuff. I just put in a little chair in the kind of room that divides all of the upstairs room. This room here, I just decided to make it like a guest spare room thingy. I wasn't actually sure what to put in here, so I just put in some computers and stuff like that, and just thought, you know what, that's probably fine. And yeah, then we're moving into the wide part of the house here. So this is probably my favorite part. I do like the wide aspect of this house more, just because, as I said in the beginning as well, it does just have a more cleaner look. Which I really like that about my houses. But I definitely do not hate the black house, the black townhouse. I think that's a really cool townhouse as well. I kind of prefer the white more, to a bit more over the black house. But you're gonna see what I'm doing. So, like in the black townhouse, downstairs here we have a bathroom, we have a kitchen, a dining room, we have a living room, and we have a kind of room with the big piano, grand piano, and some bookcases and stuff. Just kind of like a little library relaxation room where you can kind of just do whatever you want with your sim. Practice your piano skills if that's what you want. Another thing, so the white house has the bigger garden, so I decided to have the black townhouse has actually a raised up garden, and it's not that big, but it's more, I did more time on that compared to the white one. It looks a bit more unmanaged, where the black garden looks a bit more, like somebody actually takes care of that garden every week, and it just looks a bit better. But you're gonna see that in the end. And I'm just coloring in every single wallpaper in this house as well. So from the black house, I kind of used this stone wall to actually break up some of the black walls that was in there, because I kind of needed to do that. But here in the White House, I didn't feel the need to do that, just because white is such a strong color on its own. And I know some people might say it's not a color. Auvbri, what are you talking about? But for me, black and white are colors in this, you know, aspect. The colors, and as I said, just because in this game, white actually has more colors than you would actually know. So the wallpaper may seem a bit more grayish, but it was a wallpaper that actually came up when I used the filter to actually filter out every other color. So I think I can use that. I did use it, and I think it looked good. Just testing if you could use the bathroom there or the toilet, just because I actually placed the toilet really close to the wall, so I could actually fit everything in here. Because the doors that I actually use in this townhouse is doors that actually take up 2 squares, compared to the other townhouse where it only takes up 1 square. So that's kind of why it seems bigger, but it's really not, just because a lot of the items that I actually use in here actually take up somewhat more space than in the other townhouse. Just working on the kitchen here. So this is one problem I have with the lighting. For some reason you can see like these cabinets at the top, they seem so overly illuminated. I don't know how to explain it. Like, there's some secret light that is just shining on them like crazy, and I don't understand why. I actually tried to remove all of the lights from that room, but it did not work. It's just one of those things that you can't explain. So here is the living room, and as you can see, they actually have quite a small TV. So this was the only television that actually came up when I filtered out all of the other colors, and I thought, you know what, that's probably fine. This family probably doesn't seem like a family that actually would watch that much TV. And as you can probably tell already, this house seems a bit more classy just because of the white colors. But in theory, I actually use a lot of the same furniture, or try to do a lot of the same things with the house, but it just turns out a bit more classy, just because white is a more it is a bit more of a classy color compared to black. It just opens up a lot more, and it makes everything seem bigger and more, you know, more classy, at least in my mind it does. So here we have the master bedroom, and I'm just using the space just to kind of fill it up with, you know, chairs and stuff like that. Bookcase, just because, you know, why not. Here we have the upstairs toilet. As I said, just again, only a toilet upstairs. The bathroom is downstairs. Everything is fully functional in here. I didn't know what to do in here, so I just decided to do a guest bedroom, because I was kind of thinking maybe this is kind of like a house where like a rich single lady would live, and kind of, you know, live alone, maybe be a bit lonely and stuff like that. And here I kind of just did an office, you know, typical office stuff, and I put in a treadmill just because, you know, I was thinking at this time, maybe she's like a health freak. Maybe she runs her pain away. So this big room at the upstairs, you know, where you can kind of see down into the below level. I like that. That's probably one of my favorite things to do in houses, to actually open it up so you can actually see downstairs. That's really cool. But I just put in, you know, some seating areas and stuff like that. And we moved outside here, and this is kind of the more managed, kind of like finely tuned garden. Looks like it's actually taken care of and stuff like that. Not that big of a garden, as you can see, but I did manage to put in a seating area. So here we have the other garden. I'm just kind of fencing that in and stubbing it, kind of putting like a bush all around the outside of the fence, and I decided to have like this really big umbrella in the corner and kind of put in some seating area. And as you can probably tell already, this garden compared to the other one, it's not that managed, it's not that fine, not that classy. So I kind of wanted to balance out those two houses, and I just chucked in a lot of trees, as you can see on the other side, just to kind of give it a really nice vibe, you know, just to kind of make it realistic. That was the word I was looking for. So the screenshots here, as you can see, where you looking at the screenshots from the white townhouse first, I think it turned out really cool. For the subscriber who actually requested this house, I really hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope you others enjoyed it as well. Remember, you can get it from the gallery. Still cannot get the website version to work, so you have to search my origin ID, which is Auvbri, and you should be able to find all of my builds on there. At least that's what EA says to me, that still works, and as far as I can see, it still does. I mean, it still does work, so that's good, I guess. And as we're moving into the last screenshots here, I just wanna thank you all so much for liking, watching, and seeing this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and there's nothing else for me to say than just have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world. And I will see you next time for another video.